Jon Thacker and The Fly is an iconic horror franchise that has been going on for decades. It is one of my favorites. Throughout most of my life, I have been a huge fan of The Fly, the original and the remake. Both are great films. And there's also the other three. I'll talk more about them later. But with it being spooky season, I thought I'd look over the history of this sometimes not great horror franchise. In 1957, George Lansdowne and Ryan published a short story, The Fly, in Playboy magazine. Alright? Producer-director Kurt Newman read the short story and pitched it to 20th Century Fox, and they liked it. In 1958, The Fly will be released. Directed by Kurt Newman, who sadly passed away a week after the film's release, and never got to see its success. Written by James Clavell, starring David Hedison, Patricia Owens, and Vincent Price, to name a few. It made $3 million on a budget between $325,000 and $495,000. And got great reviews. Hedison was apparently not very happy with the 20-pound fly head he wore in the film's production, apparently saying trying to act in was like trying to play the piano with boxing gloves on. In 1959, Return of the Fly will be released. Directed and written by Edward Burns, starring Vincent Price, Brett Hasley, and David Frankham, just to name a few. The box office isn't publicly known, but had an estimated budget of $225,000, most of which apparently went to Vincent Price, and didn't get very good reviews. In 1965, Curse of the Fly will be released. Directed by Don Sharp, written by Harry Spalding, starring Brian Donlevy, Carol Gray, and George Baker, to name a few. Its budget is once again not publicly known, but had a budget of $90,000, and once again got pretty bad reviews. It also doesn't even feature The Fly. In 1986, The Fly will be released. Directed and written by David Cronenberg, also written by Charles Edward Pogue, starring Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, and John Guest, to name a few. It made $60.6 million, a budget between $9 and $15 million, and got great reviews. It won a Academy Award for Best Makeup, which took 5 hours to apply to Goldblum. In 1989, The Fly 2 will be released. Directed by Chris Wallace, who did the makeup for the first film, and the Gremlins for Gremlins. Written by Mike Garris, who left soon after production and directed Critters 2 instead. It would have rewrites done by Frank Darabont, Ken Wheat, and Jim Wheat. It made $30.9 million on a budget of $12.5 million. They got pretty bad reviews. Who's calling me? Hello? But they didn't expect Kermit the Frog, did they? And now we reach present day, where a new film is in development that will apparently be directed and written by Nikiato Jusu. It'll be the same universe as Aaron Cronenberg's The Fly. Zendaya has been rumored to have been offered a role, and this will be the first The Fly film under Disney. And honestly, I have faith in it. I think this franchise has shown it can do unique and refreshing things. And I would love to see what could be done in a new The Fly movie. And so far, Disney has treated their Fox-acquired franchises well. Alien, Predator, Planet of the Apes, Avatar, The Omen. Really the only outlier is Home Alone. And I really hope they'll put more effort into the 6th The Fly than they did the 6th Home Alone. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So The Fly is an iconic horror franchise that most people either forgot or straight up don't know it's a franchise. So even though I do like only 2 out of the 5 The Fly movies, I do absolutely love those 2. And I'm interested to see what's next for The Fly. Also, if you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribing. Bye guys for now, bye, Jon Thacker.